Hi. So, I'm Daniel. My full name is Daniel Chibuye Thaddeus Mambwe-Warwick. That's all I had that slide there for. Introductory. So, if you were to ask me 6 months ago where I'd be on the 28th of October in 2022, right here in America in front of all you wouldn't have been my answer. No, my answer would have been all the way back in Australia, in a small town of 2,000 people, has 2 pubs and 1 traffic light. It was in this small town that I would have woken up 5:45 in the morning to start my job at a timber mill. Now, I doubt anyone here has worked at a timber mill, but some of my responsibilities were racking out sticks, hand stacking palings, changing knives, changing saw blades, sharpening knives, and operating machinery. And there was one of the jobs which was racking out sticks, which are those sticks between the slats of timber, where I would do. So on this Friday, I'd do it for 6 to 8 hours. I'd go to a stack of sticks, pick up 5, wait for the machine to spit out timber, and then go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'd walk back to my stack of sticks, pick up 5 more, wait for a bit for the machine to put out more timber, and continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I bet no one in the audience can guess what I'd do next. Any takers? Yeah, I'd go back to my stack of sticks, pick up 5 more, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd do that for 6 to 8 hours a day. Very repetitive, very boring. And all the people at work had this saying, is it Friday yet? First thing Monday morning at 7 a.m., is it Friday yet? Smoko. Smoko is Australian for morning tea. Is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? All the way to Friday, where the question changes to, is it 1 o'clock yet? Is it 1 o'clock yet? Is it 1 o'clock yet? And finally 1 o'clock rolls by. We all disperse and go out for the day. It was there I would have driven home, parked my car, and walked to a pub. And I would have started drinking. And I probably would have had a fair bit too much. Staggered my way home, sat down on the couch, booted up a video game, and continued drinking until I passed out. That was my Monday, my Tuesday, my Wednesday, my Thursday, my Friday. It was the same routine. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, play video games, drink, pass out. Wake up, go to work, come home, play video games, drink, pass out. Wake up, go to work, come home, play video games, drink, pass out. It was this cycle, it was this rat race I was trapped in. And I started talking to a friend of mine, a friend named Matt Langdon, who so kindly introduced himself 5 seconds ago. And he was like, Daniel, you're stuck in a mundane world. And I didn't know what that meant. And he was like, let me tell you something. I want to talk to you about the hero's journey. And I'll give you a quick backlog of it. So a hero's journey is the idea and storytelling device to talk about any narrative. It's been used for generations all the way from Beowulf to today's movies, TVs, and books. There's several components of it. And I want to explain to you my hero's journey. So, it starts in a mundane world. A very good example of this is Harry Potter. Harry was an 11-year-old boy living in a cupboard under a staircase with his aunt and uncle. That was his life. Mine was living in the town of Yarram with 2,000 people, working at a timber mill, day in and day out. The next step is a call to adventure. Harry's came in 1 or several thousand letters to Hogwarts. Mine came from the good old Matt Langdon persuasion of, you're going to go speak at my conference. And I'm like, Matt, absolutely the hell not, please God. And he's like, no, you're going to do it. And he kept telling me, and then, lo and behold, I caved. The next step is the refusal of the call. Harry's was his uncle and aunt burning and ripping his letters up because they didn't want wizards and witches in their family. Mine was my own inequity, being like, I am just Daniel from Yarram. Why would I need this opportunity to talk to people? After that is crossing the threshold. Harry jumped through platform 9 3/4, went on to the Hogwarts Express to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I scrapped some change together and bought a plane ticket to America. Not exactly the same, but that's where our stories change. Harry goes on to complete the rest of the steps. Harry finds a mentor in Dumbledore, picks up some friends along the way, Ron and Hermione, and he faces conflict. At first with the troll in the bathroom, and then with Professor Quirrell, who tries to take his life. He saves the day and then goes home, a master of two worlds. He's perfectly content in his normal, original life because he knows he has the worlds of wizardry to go back to where he belongs. I am stuck in that conflict. So that is a picture of me and my girlfriend at a national park. That slide's in there to tell me I should have 6 minutes left, and I do, so I'm doing really well on timing. I have had depression for all of my adult life. I've been on medication for it, and a part of my adolescence as well. I never felt good enough. And I still don't. I don't believe I should be on this stage right now talking to you guys, telling you my story, because again, I'm Daniel from Australia, who cares? And I changed jobs. So I moved away from my timber mill, where everyone was like, is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? I started working as an education support staff at a school, which was terrifying because, again, I have no qualifications. I didn't pass high school. So I had kids running around there, doing flips there, and I'm like, what am I meant to do? And it was in this world where I'm trying to run around being like, what am I doing, what am I doing, what am I doing? That a little girl came up to me. And she put her hand next to mine. And she was in prep, which is your kindergarten, about 5, 6 years old. And she just did this. And I'm like, sweetie, I don't understand you. What are you trying to tell me? And she just pointed and goes, same skin. And then runs off and plays with her friends. And that struck me. That was important to me. Because our town is predominantly white people. Of 2,000, I am like one of 20 people of color in town. And this girl looked up to me, saw me, and recognized that I had something that she had, that she could try to strive for. And that stuck with me. I've always thought, and still feel, that I have no purpose. I was brought up in a broken home. Dad was never around. Mum had 3 kids. I was the youngest. It was always do for the family, do for the family. I started working at 14 so I could provide for my family, and I just felt like I was only there to make money. It was get a job, to find work for Mum, to pay the bills, to come home. And that was it. That's what I did and what I believed for a very long time. I started changing who I was around. I moved out of home, feeling guilty because I left them behind in their own financial problems. And I tried to make something for myself. And I tried and failed and tried and failed. And then I found a nice small group of people who believed in me and wanted me to be better. They encouraged me and they talked to me in ways that I hadn't heard people speak to me before. They let me know I was worth something to them, that they loved me because they genuinely enjoyed me being with them. And it was in this group of people that I realized that the people at work didn't have. When I was working at the timber mill, everyone was, is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? I want to get out of here. I want to go home so I can continue drinking or gambling or doing whatever I wanted to do, but it was never work. And then I swapped out of that group. They taught me that I could be something. They let me feel that I belonged and I could help them, and they were there for me. And my family has also been there for me in other aspects. And that's kind of what I want to tell you, is you surround yourself with people who are, is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? Is it 1 o'clock? Is it 1 o'clock? And they don't genuinely think you. They give self-deprecating humor, and they talk down to you because they're like, oh, it's just Daniel, don't worry about him. But once I moved friend groups and they began to uplift me, I felt like I had purpose. I wasn't there to go to work, to drink myself to sleep every night, just to continue so I could keep making money for my family. They made me feel important. They made me feel like I deserved to be here and talk to people. So I want you guys to think about that and try to surround yourself with people like that. And that doesn't mean leaving your friends. Just try to be that person for your friend. Let your friend know that I respect you. I appreciate you. Hey, it's all good fun and laughs. And you take the piss out of each other, which is taking the mickey in Australian. But let them know, just, hey, I love you. Just once every now and then. Another thing that did for me is let me know that no one can tell me what I'm worth. I always thought I was worth half a penny, just there to make other people money. But after people started hanging around me and letting me know that I love being around you, Daniel, you make me feel happy. It let me know that other people can help you determine your own self-worth. You're the only one who can help you think how much you're worth. And I used to think I was worth half a penny. I think I might be worth $10 now, but it's slowly graduating. You need to make sure your worth is however much you think it is. And the last thing is accept the call. The call to adventure was the first part of this story. It was the only reason I'm standing in the middle of Michigan for apparently no reason. But my friends gave me an opportunity to speak to you. And it's important to take any opportunity you can because you don't know where it's going to take you. It took me to Michigan. It might only take you to Brighton, but what you can do with that is insane. And now, the question used to be, when's Friday? But for me now, it's what's next? Thank you.